So recently I got a new Leica camera. Well, probably not exactly like the kind that you're expecting. This one I have here is the C-Lux 2. And I think it came out around like 2008 or ish. So that's about like 14-15 years ago. It's a compact camera with 7.2 megapixel. The lens on this Leica is 28mm with 3.6 times zoom. So that puts it to about 100mm. However, it does not take raw photos, I believe. I don't think it does. And this camera is very old and it's still usable. And most likely, I won't be using much of the zoom function on this camera, even though it's got optical image stabilized zoom. And if you look at this camera, it's just very small, fits in the hand. However, the grip, I can't really feel it. It's gonna be kind of hard to, you know, keep it in my hand because there's basically no grip. There is this leather strap and case though, which I'll probably never use. Yeah, so my main concern right now is pretty much battery life. I only have one and got no spare batteries. Oh, I can actually get the blue sky in frame. I also can't adjust the shutter speed or aperture. But under sensitivity in the menu, I could adjust my ISO. That is actually pretty cool. I just have a bus parked right in front of your place. Next thing I have like problems with this is that I should probably turn this off to save battery. I don't think I can shoot in RAW. Like JPEG was the only option that I saw, so I guess that's it. This camera feels very light in my hands, very pocketable too. Like look at this, so tiny in my hands. It's got that very noticeable logo, that Leica red. I'm gonna try to use this and frame that stop and in. It's been a while since I used a zoom lens for streets. I don't like it that much. Still much prefer to really walk closer to a scene and take photos. Overall, it just feels better in my opinion. I have like 2 bars of batteries left, which is not bad, I guess. I've been walking around taking photos for about an hour. However, I did try to turn the camera off whenever I can. I probably should turn this off right now so it saves more battery so I can keep on going. And the card I'm using right now, the SD card in here is the 16 gig. That's the one that comes with it because it's a slow SD card, but this camera is kind of old too, so I don't necessarily need a very fast SD card. See, I feel like having a zoom camera is actually pretty awesome. I get so lazy, I just zoom in. Normally I have to cross the street, but no, I just like, yeah, I don't even need to cross. Okay, this one I probably do have to, because I do want to get that shot without the cars, so yeah, I feel like I get super spoiled because I get this like 28 to 100 zoom lens. This is so nice. Okay, this camera, this Leica camera, is actually really fun to play with. It's very pocketable, it's so tiny, I just slide it into my pocket. It reminds me of the Ricoh GR3, especially that it has the 28mm lens in here too, though you can actually zoom all the way to 100mm if you want, which definitely comes in handy. However, when I'm zooming, it does take a while for it to actually get to the focal length that I want it to be at. But overall, once you anticipate the situation or the scene, it's actually not that hard to get the shot if you want. Especially, I'm not really shooting at like busy areas, so that wasn't really a problem at all. Now, battery-wise, I actually think it's way more impressive than I expected. I have like 2 more bars left, and I've been shooting like, I don't know, I think I got a couple hundred shots in here already. I think I started off like around 4500-ish, and now it's 4300. So the battery was definitely more than I expected. And maybe it's because like I try to turn it off whenever I don't need it. And speaking of turning on and off, it's actually quite fast. I mean, not like super fast, but... And I can start shooting. And then turn it off. It does lag a little bit for the lens to come out and come back in. And like, for example, if I start the camera and then press the shutter right away, it takes another kind of like a second or maybe half a second to focus on the frame and then take the shot. So considering all of that time, it's slow, it's not the fastest, but overall, I still think this is not bad at all. I feel like using this camera actually slowed me down, like not like by a lot. For every shot I'm trying to capture, I need to really consider the time and the timing, like all that stuff for everything to work. And especially when I'm pressing down the shutter, it doesn't snap the shot right away. You kind of focus a little bit, and sometimes if it doesn't focus right, it'll kind of breathe again, try to refocus. If that's the case, then definitely I'll miss the shot. And that actually happened a few times today, but overall it was still really fun because I'm, still trying to get used to the camera, get used to the speed, get used to the flow of this camera. Another thing about this Leica C-Lux 2 is that I couldn't change the shutter speed or aperture, and the ISO only goes up to 1250. Which is fine if you're shooting during the day. And without having to adjust all of these settings, that also took away some distractions. Even though I don't actually mind those distractions, I actually like to set in my own settings in my camera so I can create a photo that I actually want to create. But using this camera brings out a whole new different experience because like I just have to press the shutter and that is it. All I have to do is the shutter and the framing, kind of, and wait, anticipate for the turning on and off and the focusing. Now, when it comes to image quality, I mean, it's not the best. Pretty much expected, right? From this camera that's like, I don't know, 2007, 2008, 7.2 megapixel. The image looks not as sharp, a little muddy, kind of unclear, but at the same time it creates that vintage kind of look. It just comes with it. It's kind of like a part of the personality of this camera. And that's what makes this experience so fun. Shooting with old camera, old gear. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love to try like new cameras and stuff, but it's different. And about the Mega optical image stabilization, whenever I pull it all the way into 100mm for a shot, it's actually not bad. Like I was hoping, well, I wasn't really hoping for anything really, but I was thinking that, if it's kind of like wonky and everything like that, kind of shaking, and I'll be fine with it too. But honestly, it wasn't that shaky at all, to my surprise. It's actually more than usable, like way better than I expected. So yeah, I think the next thing I'm gonna try with this camera is to take it out during night, shoot at night and see how the quality holds up and see how it performs, just to really enjoy that experience with this camera again and just have fun. You don't always need the best, newest gear to have fun to shoot photos, even though I think there's gonna be like a lot of problem that's gonna go off whenever I take this out to shoot at night, but we'll see. Having problem is good, so I can actually learn a lot more from solving it. Maybe I should just bring a tripod with me for the night photo walk. So definitely stay tuned for that. And if you like these kind of photo walk or vlog kind of videos, definitely check out this video next. And by the way, this soda right here, just take a look at this seal. It's actually brand new. I got a pack of it. However, this one, I think I got scammed. There's nothing, no soda in here. It's not even open. Like, this is brand new, but